Your life. All right. Okay, Landlady Jane, you're welcome to today's edition of Real Estate Talks with Landlady Jane.
Thank you, Mr. Chris.
Good. So, what do you have for us today?
Okay, today we'll be talking about property values in Nigeria.
And also in Africa,
Uh,
or I think
Nigeria and beyond.
and beyond.
Yeah.
So, whatever I say about Nigeria covers the rest of Africa.
No, in real estate is almost related to each other.
Oh,
Countries, there's no much difference. It's we only consider their law,
okay,
yes,
that's true. That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
But investment is investment. Whether you are investing in Europe, you're investing in Kenya, appreciation,
The value of land remains the same.
yes,
Human beings have value for land.
yes.
Good.
Anyway,
Property values in Nigeria. So, how do we start it? You're going to define the various concepts before you talk about the various values to be considered, right?
okay, then when we talk about property value,
Yeah.
is a monetary worth of a particular piece of real estate.
Okay.
Yes, the monetary value of it.
Okay.
But we are talking about investment now.
Mm-hmm.
So every investment, money has to be involved.
Okay.
So that's why I came up with property values.
In Nigeria.
Yeah.
So, what are the various values? The first value to be looked at is what?
The most common is the market value.
Okay.
Market value of property is common everywhere. Everyone wants to know what's my neighbor selling, what's the street selling, what's the value of properties around.
Particular area.
Yes.
Okay. So, now give an example of market value of a property.
Okay, let's assume I have a property I bought like say 5 years ago.
In what specific location?
Okay, let's use Magodo.
Good. Okay.
Ehen. Now, after 5 years, I came back
Okay.
and I want to know the value of my property.
All right.
Okay, I can actually ask the people around, please, at least there might be people that just bought like a year back, even
Okay.
the same year,
Okay.
or the people living around.
Okay.
I can actually approach them and talk with them, ask them, so that I will know how to place,
Have a rough idea of
yeah,
how much a
how I
property of
to
that
place my
size
property.
goes
I
for now.
cannot place a price on my property that is higher than
The
what,
market
yes,
value.
of that particular place.
Okay.
Yes, but it will be difficult to move.
Okay.
Yes, I can a property that is going for in that area. We have properties of 30 million, and
Yeah.
I'm putting my own at 60 million.
Okay.
I will have to wait till when it's
or maybe your property now have a title, a proper title. Maybe the other people have just they have is what is it called, survey. Well, maybe you've not gotten a C of O. Your property will not be the same as theirs.
all those things are part of the market value I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
So I won't sell less, and I won't
So higher
sell
than.
higher than,
Okay.
yes, at the particular time.
Okay. Then the next kind of value to look at is what?
There's assessed value.
Asset value.
Yes.
Okay. Property itself is an asset, right?
Yes, property is an asset.
Okay, good. So,
Yeah.
how do we evaluate?
Actually, governments are the ones that normally do this assessed value. Yes. Yeah.
They can place a value on your land, but they can't place a value on your house, can they?
In terms of tax,
Mm-hmm.
they come and assess your property to know the
The
kind of
value
tax you are
you have
going to
to
be
pay.
paying.
Okay. So property value and sorry, market value and asset value. All right. Now it's clear there's a difference.
Mhm.
Okay. That of the market, there's the people in the area or that very market, that determines the value of that stuff. Then asset value is going to come to value. So now Um, what is the what do you think in terms of price differentials? If, for example, now a property in Magodo is 10 million market value, what do you think is likely to be the asset value of that same 10 million property in Magodo? That same property,
Okay,
monetary.
it depends on the size of the property.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if your property is termed commercial,
Mm-hmm.
you tend to pay higher taxes than when it's residential. I don't think it has to do with the market value of your property
And you
before.
have said it is government that places an asset value on a
Yes,
property.
on the
So if my
property.
property in Magodo, the market value of my property is 10 million. Now, the asset value, do you think it's going to be 5 million or 15 million?
Mm, I think when it comes to
Price differences,
yeah,
monetary differences,
there should be, because
very close to each other.
when we are talking about assets, no, no, from my understanding
Okay.
on this asset value with market value has to do with if I want to sell,
Mhm.
I go for market value and I know what I want to sell. But government want to assess my property just because they want to know the value
For the
of
purpose
my,
of tax.
yes,
Now,
of
what I'm
my
saying,
kind of tax I have to
good.
pay.
I agree. I agree
Mm.
that when government wants to assess you for tax, they're not going to look at the market
They
value
don't
to
have to look
assess you.
at the
They
market
look at
value
the
for me
asset
to pay
value to
tax.
assess you. But now, in property, so in market value, there is the value perceived by the seller and the value perceived by the buyer.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Even they're not too far off, but because the buyer is trying to get a good bargain, and the seller is trying to squeeze as much profit as he or she can get from the transaction.
Of course.
Good. Good. So now, what's the next value to be considered? We've looked at market value, we looked at asset value. What's the next value we can look at?
We have appraised value.
Appraised value.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you define appraised
It
value?
means appraised value. Mostly banks use it when they want to lend you money.
Okay.
Yes,
Appraiser.
they bring appraisers,
Okay.
professional ones.
Okay. They don't bring you an eye.
I'm not an appraiser, so I don't know
Okay.
about you, Mr. Chris. Are you?
Me, I'm a market guy.
If I only want to know market value, I can come and meet
Oh,
you.
yes, I'll tell you. Yes, I'll tell you. We don't give loan.
So the people that loans money, they actually
They
go for
have their
this
guys. They
appraised
have a
value.
department. They know
And
the place to
now,
meet. They look for professional valuers and co
yes, we
to
also
give
have
them
insurance value.
value. Okay,
Yes,
I think that was
the,
self-explanatory, right?
yes, it's
Insurance company.
yeah. When the insurance company wants to insure your properties, they
Yes,
come and they do their
on
thing.
appraiser.
Yes,
Okay,
they
and
do their
then
thing to know how much actually they are to.
collect from you.
Yes.
Okay, so that in case there's fire, there's civil war in your compound, they will know how much to give to you after the war. That's nice. That's
Yeah, we
nice.
also have investment value.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
You're an
invest.
investor.
Yes, investment value. Before I buy property, I want to know how much I'm going to be making here.
Return on my investment.
Yes, no.
So before I buy this property, what is the monetary value or worth of this thing? I will look at the market value. I will look at the asset value. I will look at the appraised value. If, for example, the person have taken a mortgage on the property before, then if the property is also insured,
Ha! How
you
can you
understand?
be giving me house to use for mortgage? You go and pay your money before you sell.
Well, it's possible. Maybe the guys that like they need money sharp sharp. They want to japa from your village to Lagos, and they need transportation. They don't have transportation. They want to liquidate their property.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So I need to find out if the guy used that land to borrow money from the village chief or native doctor. I need to be sure.
Before I can invest
If I
there.
can, yes, I can invest there. It's very, very important.
Yeah.
You carry out that background check. They actually call it due diligence. For every investor who is not well educated as per property investments, you understand, he needs that route. It helps to make the whole transaction healthy so people can stop shouting real estate is fraud and everything. It's just that people that are not well educated about real estate acquisition and real estate as a vehicle for wealth creation. All right. So that's that.
I think we also have development value.
Value. Okay. The value the
Yes.
developer places on the property,
Eh,
or the value the people who want to buy from the
how,
project place on the property.
yeah, as in how developed is the
Of course. There's
yeah,
also like just
area.
like insurance, it's also self-explanatory. If a developer has put in 100 million into a particular project, in his mind, he would it was follow the baseline would be the worth of this property is 100 million and more,
Mm-hmm,
not 90 million and less.
mm-hmm.
You get it? So that's that. So from the baseline of the amount of money that has gone into the project in developing the property, because the word is development, not investment. It's not buying the property. You understand? So maybe at times he wants to develop the property. He can say, okay, fine. If this property is developed, what will be the worth after the development is over? Then if I'm to start selling either the whole or units of my development, what is the worth? Because you also have to factor in his own profit into it. You get the picture.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So that's it. So property values in Nigeria, I don't really think it's a topic that can be exhausted in 30 minutes. Okay. But however, there is still more work to be done on it, in the sense that property business is clearly a vehicle of wealth creation, also a vehicle of wealth transfer. In short, reading about Google, it was Yahoo. When Yahoo wanted to sell, understand, they looked at what is the value of Yahoo as at now. Then they
Okay.
also now thought about the number of users. I think you also have a point to talk about the benefits,
Yes,
utilization and co.
we'll go into
You
the
understand?
advantages of
Exactly.
placing value
Value
on
on,
your
yes,
property.
yes. So
Yes.
Google looked at it and said, no, the potential of this technology that we have goes beyond market value and co and everything. So they refused to sell until things got so bad, from $45 billion, somebody ended up buying it for $5 billion. Crazy. That's why, yes, you strike when the iron is hot.
Okay. Let's
Strike
off
when the
the
iron is hot.
camera. Yeah. So, excuse me.
All right.
Okay.
It's okay. You're still live. It's just that a message popped up.
Yes, yes. I didn't notice that on time. Okay, so we have advantages of, evaluating these properties,
Okay.
placing value on it.
Okay.
Yes, by the time you do all these things, you have high demands
Okay.
on your property, because people look at some certain things before they invest on properties.
Okay. So,
Yes.
what are the advantages? Are you going to run through them, or?
Yeah, how the property tends to appreciate, tends to appreciate more.
So, the first advantage is high
High
demand
demand,
if the
yes.
value is high.
Mm-hmm.
And then second one is to appreciate.
Not really if the value is high. Like when somebody comes to buy property, the person already sees the value of the property they are buying.
Okay.
It's unlike when they just come and you can't even give them value
Okay.
of what they can't place a value on what you're selling.
All right.
Yes, so it wouldn't be a good transaction.
Okay.
Unlike when there is value on it.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and it has potential to appreciate. Like
Properties have potentials to appreciate.
even with or without
Development on it.
value on it,
Without value on it, there must be value.
for it to appreciate.
Of course.
So what about those, when we're talking about properties, including lands and houses?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So Mr. Chris have said so.
No,
He's going to
means
be placing more on that.
you know, it is appreciation in value. You understand, that brings about appreciation in capital, appreciation in income.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Take for example now, you just buy a land, there was no road, and they now put a major road around your property, it has increased the value of your property without you doing without you adding anything to your property. Just that a major road passed through your place, the value of your property will go up
Because there is a development.
around the area.
Okay.
So it's really not just what you do to the property that increases the value. Development around.
Okay, what if there is no development around the area? Does it mean that the property will not appreciate?
The property will still have value. You understand? But appreciation will really not be much. Why? Because people are not coming to that area. Imagine there's no road, there's no electricity, there's no access to river or borehole water. Only the animals per house, maybe bush rats. Yeah, people like bush rats, roasted bush rats.
How did they get to buy property in such an area?
Because we are very sure there's a big rat there. Antelope and co.
Okay.
No, for real. You understand? Property on its own, even it has value. No property anywhere has a zero value. No property anywhere in the world has a zero value, no matter where it is.
Okay.
Even without fence,
what
without
about those ones in your village, those mud houses?
And they have village values.
They have village values.
They have village values. They don't have city value.
Okay, maybe next time we'll be talking about village values.
Oh yes, they have
by
village
Mr.
values.
Chris.
Yes. And why do you think people die for land? Even in the village, people are ready to die for land.
Okay, so I think one of the advantages we also have is tax benefits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the benefit of tax?
I think
because
we've said something like that.
People are afraid of taxes.
Why would they be afraid? There's nobody that has property that does not pay tax.
I know you pay tax, but you know you don't pay tax. You fear government, you don't fear government.
I pay. You don't say that.
You fear government.
I pay.
You pay tax.
Am I not
okay, next time, please, you come with your tax records. I will display it here.
You display it on
yes,
the
screen. My tax record is with me.
There is no problem. Yes, there is no problem. I think your property having a value will also help you in terms of mortgage. Maybe you want to
access mortgage.
Yes, okay, of course. The value of your property.
Yes, it comes into play.
Yes.
Because whoever is giving the mortgage wants to find out how will I get my money back? How long? If you collect 1 million, 25 million mortgage from me to pay over 5 years, I want to be sure that the property itself is able to generate that stuff either in income or in rental, whatever. Understand? Yeah, of course, it helps in mortgage. An advantage having a property. Sure, when you go to the embassies to apply for visas, they are interested in people that already have properties.
Properties.
Yes.
Okay, that means we can also talk about these values providing diversification on our portfolio.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like you just said, if I go to embassy and the number of properties I have can actually pivot, let me go and start buying.
Of course.
So that once I get to the embassy, they will just say, "Madam, just go."
Because they look for economic ties, which property indicates, and business indicates that you have something that when you leave, you want to come back home to.
For it.
You know, they also look at marital ties. That you have a family you are responsible for. You can't leave your family and jackpot. Also look for professional ties. Meaning as a realtor, should the case you get to Germany and you commit crime, they can reach out to,
to my property.
No, they can reach out to your body that governs realtor practice in Nigeria. Like P1 to say, this your ambassador have jackpot and refused to come back home.
I beg.
So they want to shame you.
Okay. And we have a rental income also.
That's an advantage.
Yes, that's an advantage. I have seen some landlords, like every 2 years, they tend to evaluate their house. And after that, the rent will just increase just like that.
Yes, no.
The rent will just go up.
They don't just evaluate the house if there are cracks.
So anytime we see those estates evaluators, all those people that are scared, they're like, our rent is increasing next year.
Once your president comes online and says, fuel subsidy is gone, so your landlord will come to the house and inspect the house. And also say that also remove his own subsidy from the house.
Voila. Is where So that's why
Oh my God.
everybody, the real estate sector is advising everyone to get,
Yeah, bring your funds into real
yeah,
estate.
get your properties.
I know
Investment is
that
very
banks
important.
are trying to recapitalize. You understand?
They want to go into real estate too.
No, government said they should raise 250 billion naira. You
From who?
understand? From the public. So,
Okay.
and that means that the money people would have used to buy real estate, they might use to buy shares. So,
Because they want to sell shares to people.
yeah, selling shares, that's the only way they can raise capital.
How
You
many
understand?
people are interested in buying shares?
And that's because before now, banks were not doing well. They were selfish with their money.
Okay. I hope
You
they do
understand?
well this time.
They were selfish with their money. One of the reasons for having a bank is to be able to fund businesses. But banks are looking for people in oil and gas to give money to. Now that oil and gas money is no more
Please, they
there.
should give me. Let me do
They're not coming
investments.
to married women
I
and
have 50 plus to buy in Abuja. I need money.
they're not coming to market people to come and buy shares from them. When you didn't give trade that money to trade, now
I need,
you're coming to take
please, I need
giving money from
money. I
this
need money to buy land.
banks and cool down for Jesus. Cool down for Jesus.
Okay. So we have a credit access.
Okay.
Yes.
Access to that you see
Yes,
at
we have
bank.
access to credit.
Okay,
Like I
good.
can use my property to go and lend
As
money.
collateral.
Ah, and if I
No,
don't pay,
you see your property.
why would they seize my property?
See, if you want to collect a loan of 10 million,
Eh,
banks want to make sure that that property you are bringing is
is
valued at maybe
is
25
like
million times 2, times 3, times 4 of the source.
so
So that
that by
by the
that
time they sell it,
they won't even give me the change
they don't,
after selling.
no, they don't know. It's collateral.
They will
It's just
just take
business.
everything.
That's why
Ah,
that's
I
really
beg go.
that's why I'm not too. I don't
They
fear
are they
banks.
not too harsh?
Well, there's business.
Ah,
You need 10 million. You go 10 million and go and marry. You cannot generate the money back. And I tell them they should not seize your property. Forget it.
hey,
I like the way you said it, that the property is worth 25 million. What you owe them is 10 million. They will not sell a property, for example, 20 million and return 10 million to you. Right?
they won't give me change.
Maybe capital plus interest they collected.
No problem, no problem. I'm not going to be lending money. I will not do that
Oh
for
my
bank.
God.
I will just maybe. Don't worry. I know what to do.
Okay, tell us what to do later.
Yes, I know what to do. These people, they are really using us where we're now. I don't open.
And I,
All those they are
not,
lending, come and lend.
not the one that to come and buy shares.
Our
You
eyes
don't
are
have to let
open.
them
Yes,
say,
I
can
will
you
go
not do
and
like
do
that?
land banking. Yes,
That even reminds me. I heard there was a comparison. I was talking about financial banking and land banking. It was very funny, but I like the idea.
land banking, right?
Yeah.
You can even do for 12 months.
Okay.
Yes, you can do for
You have an
18
example where
months.
you can do land banking?
Yes, now.
Where can you do land
I can do
banking?
land banking for anybody.
Okay. What's the process for it?
I think the least we have is 500K.
Okay. I can start banking land.
Yes,
So
and
I'll buy
it's
land.
30% in every 12 months.
Okay. Okay.
30%. You just go like that.
So if it's a way to keep my
You don't
money
need
in
to
bank.
keep. Don't mention bank, oh.
Okay.
Just
It's a way
so
to
they
keep
will
my
not come
money.
for me and you.
Okay. It's a way to keep my money in bank. I'm going to keep my money in land.
Yes, now go and do land banking. Instead
Wow.
of me to be keeping it there, once they will remove 15 naira and the thing has the money has reduced. I'll just go and do land banking. If you keep it there, in 12 months, I'll collect profits, 30%.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'll look at that
In
one later.
24 months,